I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, as one does, when a video of a woman duetting a man who is lip syncing to Boyfriend by Justin Bieber pops up. The woman looks all giddy and she's rolling around on her bed, and the words on the screen read, "This man understands the female gaze a little too well." I liked the video, not because I necessarily agreed, but because my mind was numb from scrolling for hours on end, and I was at this point just liking whatever came up on my For You page. I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, okay, you think he's hot, that's fine. Then maybe a day later, the same video pops up with a stitch from another woman basically saying that that man is terrifying and she would sprint the other way if he used his female gaze eyes on her. I liked the video too, and all of a sudden my feed is filled with women debating whether this man who goes by the username Strange Kevin is hot or unsettling. Yo, this is a song, this is a song, this. Oh no! Honestly, my opinion is completely irrelevant to this video, and I will not be sharing with the class because this video is not about whether Kevin is attractive or not. This video is about the female gaze. The idea of the female gaze stems from the concept of the male gaze, which was first conceived by Laura Mulvey in her paper titled Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema. The article itself discusses how our patriarchal society influences our subconscious, which in turn influences the way we as people produce and consume film media, specifically in regards to the objectification of women. Of course, the article is multiple pages long, and that summary was 2 sentences, so I encourage you to search it up yourself and read it. But in the article, the male gaze is used to describe the lens which we as the audience are subjected to when viewing films, and in this particular lens, women tend to be sexualized and dehumanized. So if male gaze is used to describe seeing women through a dehumanizing male lens in film, one can assume the female gaze is the opposite, seeing women through a humanizing female lens in film. On TikTok, as we've seen with the Kevin videos, the female gaze means something a little different. So what does TikTok think the female gaze is? To answer this question, I went on TikTok and I searched up female gaze and looked at the top videos. To my surprise, many of the videos popping up were men explaining the differences between female and male gazes. Some of these TikToks were a little outlandish.
I have just cracked the code to explain female versus male gaze. Okay, here's the analogy. It is Apple versus Android. Okay, Android has the better specs, battery life, everything hardware wise better, creative, amazing. Okay, but Apple, despite shittier hardware, probably more problems, just has a better vibe. Okay, and that's why people like it. It's not explainable. It's not going to the gym 40 times and working out so you look good. It's just your goddamn vibe. You know what I mean? That's the female gaze. It's all about your vibe, baby.
I have no idea what this man is talking about. If anything, okay, it literally doesn't matter, but he's saying nonsense. I don't know what this man is talking about. Basically, some of these videos were men attempting to explain to other men what they thought the female gaze was and how to appeal to it. The majority of the other videos usually presented images of 2 different men, one who fits the female gaze and one who fits the male gaze. The male gaze man is usually muscular and in a more macho pose, so somebody like Chris Hemsworth. And the female gaze is usually a man women tend to find attractive, which honestly could range from that one guy in Criminal Minds to Henry Cavill's character in The Witcher to Kevin. What I got from these TikToks is that the term female gaze, at least on TikTok, means what women actually find attractive and appealing, as opposed to the term male gaze, which is what men find attractive and appealing, as well as what they think women want. It's my opinion that most of the takes of these TikToks were wrong. The way I see it, the female gaze is about recognizing women as human beings and individuals. So you could apply it to a film and say, this film recognizes women as human beings. but you can't necessarily apply it to appeal and attractiveness. You can't say, this man embodies the female gaze, because that in and of itself is dehumanizing women by turning them into a monolith. In simpler terms, there is not one man that embodies the female gaze because there is not one man that all women find attractive, especially considering that not all women are even attracted to men. I absolutely do not believe those videos to be the opinions of all TikTokers or even the TikTokers who made those videos, because I understand that you can only post short videos to TikTok and that their ideas can probably be expanded upon. I also understand that a lot of people were just joking around, which is completely fine. I'm not trying to be a party pooper. To conclude, if the female gaze is what women find attractive and appealing, then it can simply not exist because, as stated before, not all women find the same things attractive.